Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Urban Online Show. My name is June. On today's episode, not a serious episode per se, we're going to be looking at the trending things that have been happening in the country and having a comment on them. So they can either be positive comments or negative or comments, but they are majorly our opinions. And I'm doing that with
Nini. My name is
seriously,
Edwin. Yes, Edwin.
seriously.
Nini unajaribu kuniweka kwa box. There was this saying kitambo. I don't know how many people in this room remember Cheche. Cheche was it was some
Edwin,
kipindi in NTV.
do you know
Walikuwa
the?
wanasema Cheche, where your opinion counts.
Oh,
So
okay.
today we are bringing
Our opinion are going to count.
someone will say, here is not Cheche, where your opinion counts.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we need to have personal view of, again, personal
Yes.
view of how things are happening here and there. And
Yes.
I'm happy to have that conversation with you
Okay.
guys.
Did you say
Again,
your name?
Edwin, yes.
Yes.
And I'm repeating again, Edwin. Yeah, happy
Okay.
to be here.
Thank you for coming back to the show. So let's go to have you around. So, like I said, you're just going to have random conversations of things that have been happening in the country and outside the country. If they're happening outside the country and how they affected the country. So they might not be serious conversations. They might not be like, but they're serious conversations. And you're going to give our opinion on that. So Edwin,
Yeah.
hey, Sasa, there's something I want us to talk about. And it's in the line of, it might be in the line of what we do per se. So I don't know if it's last week or the week before. There was this conversation. Actually, tumeanza. This is the first scenario. There's this conversation on other people coming to Kenya or to Africa and naming Africa a poor continent. So this was after a conversation of this Black American actress or socialite called Sky Jackson or something, said that there's a time she came to Kenya and she visited a certain remote village and she realized that the children there have never seen themselves on mirrors because mirrors are too expensive. So Kenyans cannot afford mirrors. So they have never seen themselves because they cannot afford mirrors. And she was saying that she felt like that was a surprising thing because now when she showed them how they look on her phone, they were so surprised, stuff like that. But that conversation sparked people took it people took it like
Yeah.
differently. So people started reacting.
Yeah.
This is me after 25 years seeing myself in a mirror. Oh wow. So stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then there are a lot of conversations of how people come to Africa and they go to a certain area that is maybe poor or maybe indecent or slum kind of, and then they go with that view that now the entire Kenya they cannot afford mirrors, so mirrors are too expensive.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get your opinion on that.
There is a lot of things we learned from that story, and for me, I followed it very keenly because it was one thing that we needed to look from both sides.
Yeah.
The good thing with just being an online person and scrolling through is you don't have to think about a lot of things. You just talk about what people are talking about. But if you're in development world and you're trying to look at things like
Yeah, actually,
online
that
bullying
is
and
why
all that,
I wanted us you
yeah,
to talk about it.
you have to think about both sides. But before we go, and this is a very long one, by the way. I said we learned a series of things. The first thing that I learned is that our unity online, man, me, I'm proud to be a Kenyan.
Kila
Me,
mtu
I'm sure
alitokea
if
with the
no one
mirrors
knows me
everywhere.
right now, apart from those that I'm working with. But in any case, maybe I'm abducted to another country and I'm lost. I know I have an army. Guy, I mean, Kenyans on internet are just crazy.
Yeah,
You know, I
everybody.
thought it was just Kenyans on Twitter, but TikTok.
Me kwanza TikTok. Me,
So
I
it's
didn't.
no
I,
longer
you know, I'm
KOT.
not so much into X, so I saw those news on TikTok. But say,
There was a time we thought that only Kenyans on Twitter, which is of course X now, are crazy. Now this was crazy because I was even getting in Facebook and I'm getting people still talking about that. The lady had to switch off her comments for like all social media platforms. But okay, so that's the first thing that I learned. That
so
our
the
unity,
unity.
yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
the
good.
unity.
I just feel like it's always sometimes misplaced. If we can have that unity fixed to some of these things that are annoying
But how
us here
can
in Kenya.
someone come and say, "As Kenyans, you cannot afford
No,
mirror"?
those ones we will deal with. But I feel like we have daily problems that we need to fix on a
So
maybe
maybe the daily.
ama tukuwe
do you-
na routine.
Can you focus on the
Monday,
daily
Tuesday,
problem?
Thursday, ni internal. Then Friday, Friday, Saturday, na Sunday, we are dealing with Tanzania, Uganda, and the rest. Na South Africa on the list at number 4. So that's number one. The second thing I learned is at times being desperate is so bad. Because this is something that we are also very guilty of. I feel like as much as we are pointing fingers, we are very guilty of this. If you have a friend coming from European country, US or what, or wherever country we think that these guys are doing well.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people underestimate Asians. Chinese wekange huko ati we are going to show them how we are suffering. So the Asian countries, they always see better part of our country. But these countries that we assume that they have money and they are wealthy, whenever they come, we won't take them to the best school. We take them to the worst school. We won't take them to the best house.
But
We
it's
take them
always
to the worst house.
why are they coming at that point? They're coming to maybe raise funds and stuff like
But
that.
no, that is
So do you want to take them to to a national school and they're trying to raise funds for kids that don't have like
it's I don't know. I just have this of feeling that we need to tell both sides of the story. And I for a very long time I've always been in support of this story by Chimamanda Ngozi, if that's the right name. She talks about dangers of a single story. If this is the only story that you're showing, then you can't blame the rest of the world for only seeing that single story. And we have struggled with this working in Mathare slums because
yeah
is an area where young people have been
are
profiled,
doing, yes,
and
as-
any young person who has dreadlocks is looked
is a
as
thug.
as a thug. Any girl who is within the slum is looked as even if you are just upright and doing your stuff, trying to work your way out, there is a branding that is put on you. How do we change that? And we have tried to start documenting stories of young people within informal settlements that are doing good stuff.
Yeah, yes.
So instead of taking people and showing them that, hey, you know what, those youths seated down there, all they do is drugs. That's all that they do. And then someone will go to the US and say, the rest of Mathare slum is full of young people doing drugs.
Yes.
But you can also show them that these are young people doing climate solutions. These are young people doing ABCD. So if you're taking someone to account, I wanted to say something, but I know my governors might let my point down. I know every county must have a good school and a bad school. Try and pass by good school. And then when you go to the bad school, you tell the guy that, hey, we have good schools, but we want all our schools
to be like this.
The reason why I'm saying our governors will let us down, some counties have no good schools at all. I don't know why they're taking money. But, so that's one. And then, of course, on the last side of things, now coming in as a development partner, working on things like how we need to be careful online. Sometimes tukiendea watu let's focus on the problem or the only thing that they did. I saw people attacking even the child because she had even pictures of her child and then some pictures of her with the husband doing some stuff.
So
people are just like, anything you get in that page, including posts that were posted in 2020. Like hata huo mtoto sijui ABCD. So I'm like, hey, relax. Let's just focus on the mirror thing.
What happens, this is what happens when you are on social media and then someone makes a comment that is negative on you. Maybe they say these people look like this. You'll want to see how that person that is saying you look like this looks like. So they'll want to like know you. Like this person that is saying Kenyans we don't have mirrors.
Mm.
Let me see who is this person. So they start like going back, like trying
Do
to
you know we have countries that think the entire country is a game park? Because
Kenya.
when they came, they were taken to Masai Mara, and Masai Mara is big. You can like they went for 3 days. Do you know Masai Mara
they're
even
just
have
going to
4
Masai
days?
Mara.
Yes, they have these 4 days packages, 3 days packages where you go, and the first day you are focusing on maybe birds. The second day the big
Before
five.
ufike kwa
The,
wilderness, huko ndo kuna
by the
wilderness.
time unafika the 5th day, you think like, and then I went in the same place. There are different places with different cars with different drivers and routes. So by the time unatoka, you feel like, kwani Kenya
Kwani
mzima
ike?
ni. And then you see, we have communities that are allowed to stay within the
Yes.
like the Maasai.
Mhm.
We are, even if you go to some of these conservancies, we have people allowed.
Yes.
So whoever, if you meet those people, you think these are now the Kenyans that are living. And Nivile too, they have never got an opportunity to air their views in a public platform that we got to hear. So this lady was just very unlucky.
Actually, she was innocently just commenting. And actually, it was saying it was a good thing because she thinks now the children don't have to have low self-esteem about how they look like because now they don't
Yeah.
know. She felt like that is something that is really good because some people end up having insecurities about how they...
Let me be a lady then saying, anyway. and you know when someone types that on a comment, because when she came back to try and explain what happened, people are like,
nothing. Like, sasa hatutaki kusikia kitu.
and yeah, so for me, I think we have very many outsiders or foreigners who have a single story about the country and they talk about it. We just never hear because some of them are not socialites, and maybe if they're talking in their friends, we will never hear that. So this was just one unlucky person that the comment got to us. But it's something that happened. And I also want to, I don't know, all these things always trickle down to the government. We have an entire ministry.
Yeah.
And how they do their branding out there is a problem. I don't think it's up to the president to go and look for opportunities to take young people. It should be from our branding that someone says that, hey, Africa, I mean in Kenya, we have young people who are skilled that can do this. So that's one. But that should not just end at skills. It should also go to our wildlife, which that is the only place they're doing well. But they're not telling the world how we are doing our infrastructure. They're not telling the world how we are making progress. But I can't also blame them because sometimes we're not making progress. So yeah, it's hard to tell people something that you're not doing. But I feel like the foreign ministry should work extra hard to paint
a picture,
yeah,
the
a
real
picture.
picture of...
And don't wait until someone comes and realizes that there is Mathare slum. If you can say it, yes, say it out there that we have this slum. It's one of the biggest slums we have, but we are working on it.
And also
these are the
show
projects
the
that we
opportunities
have.
that are there in the
Exactly.
slum, what we're doing.
Now we are
Actually,
talking.
I wouldn't blame even that lady or even though she...
Yeah.
'cause I want to say it's true that children and their community that cannot afford such things because it's a luxury.
And let me tell
They
you,
have other
actually
things.
that's
Yes.
what I wanted to
Mirrors
say.
are like
It might
luxury.
not be that they don't have 50
Yes,
bob to buy the
yes,
mirror, but if
it's
I have
because
50 bob
they have to choose
between a mirror
and food. What will you choose? So that
Yeah.
that might be true.
Yeah.
It might be true their communities and their children out there that have never seen themselves of mirrors. Not because they
can't
cannot
afford or
it,
something, but
but
they
because
have to
mirrors
make
are like a
priorities.
luxury. That is true. Let's not
Yeah.
rule out that part of it. But what you're also trying to say is that Ministry of Foreign Affairs, let's try and paint the picture of what Kenya really is. We know there are bad parts of Kenya. We have slums, right?
And you can talk about them. It's good to talk about them.
But talk about them in all things that happen. Don't say slums are like for thugs and stuff like that, because there are also a lot of good things happening in Islam. Let people know Kenya for what it really is, the good part of Kenya, the challenges Kenyans are facing to
And
become
those
a better
challenges
part.
and
Yes,
bad things,
yes.
if well phrased,
There
then
are
they look
opportunities.
at them as
Yes,
opportunities
yes,
to
there are
invest.
opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if for example you're saying we are struggling with corruption, that's an opportunity for people who are within the forensic area, yeah, to work on, to come and maybe see us to work on.
That is not an example, ladies and gentlemen. That is a challenge. We are struggling.
Yeah. But now, if
Why
you
are
don't
you saying
do
it
that,
as if it's not something?
it's a serious one. Okay,
Yes.
let's leave that one.
Yes.
Yeah, but just paint both sides of the
Paint
thing.
both sides,
Yeah.
and let's look at our challenges as opportunities. Because even us as people that are in the development part of work, we try to make young people look at their challenges as opportunities, right? So let's also not think so that
Yeah, na mkichapa udaku musirecord. Ladies, sasa ona. just do udaku and don't
Wow.
record.
the
Sasa
guy,
ange
they were
record.
streaming. It was like streaming. The part of what they do is streaming. Sasa ilikuwa tu part of a
Udaku should have-
akujua Kenyans
Hakujua.
have phones.
Yeah, by the way, if you're assuming they don't have mirrors, then phones. Okay, next. But yeah, that was, I think, Alikiona. But I think she has high self-esteem, because if she had the courage to come back and explain, because if it was other
Mimi
people,
hata hiyo kitu ilifanya nikamjua. I never knew her before. It was also a good publicity. People
I
don't
think
know
I
her.
followed that too.
Yeah. You followed her. Someone that is saying you don't have mirror, you went and followed her.
Yeah, I did.
Anyway, that is something that
She was going through a hard time. Someone had to show some mercy.
that is something that caught my attention over the week. Now, before you bring me another thing, this is kind of on a personal level. As an African child that was brought out in an African way, especially. Yes. So you're a fan of Mkurugenzi, right?
Manze Mkuru bana. Mkuru, headline eaters, kwani what is happening?
Edwin.
Yeah, so umeniuliza swali najaribu tu
The answer was just supposed to
okay,
be yes.
yes,
Are
but
you a fan?
Mkuru do something.
Are you-
Headline eaters tumeongoja wiki sijui ngapi. Shida ni.
Can I speak now?
Okay, sawa. Mkuru.
You're a fan of Mkurugenzi, right? So, like, in the last, I don't know, I think Penny last, I was watching, I watched the Mkurugenzi more than Mkurugenzi. I don't know why.
Yeah, good lady.
Yeah, I watched her more. So they were doing an episode of a weekly vlog of the things they did in a week.
Yeah.
Yeye na mtoto wake, like their household. But yeye na mtoto wake, they were recording. So, in that includes Mkurugenzi, whatever goes on in that household. So there's this one that also caught people's attention online. It's on a Thursday day, and the daughter decided she feels like she wants a keyboard, a piano. It's called a piano.
Yeah.
Piano. You know a piano, right? She feels like she wants a piano. Then she tells the mom, can you get a piano? The mother is like, no, we cannot. Maybe because of blah, 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 we cannot. Then she goes to Mkurugenzi. Say, Dad, unaonaje tupate piano? Actually, hakumuuliza. Like, can you get me a piano? Unaonaje tukinunua piano? Then the father was like, just go back, let me see. Acha niangalie, acha tutaona. Then within 2 hours, Mkurugenzi gets the child a piano. 2 hours. Like, alikaa tu chini akaoda piano ikakuja kwa nyumba.
Shida ni gani?
So that was not even the interesting, but the interesting part sasa nilienda kwa comments. Nienda kwa comments.
That's why you did wrong. Unaenda comments kutafuta.
Actually, that was not it wasn't even a big deal.
Yeah, because I can even imagine what is in the comment already.
Yes, so nikaenda kwa comments, and that is where it caught my attention. So there was a comment like, kama mimi nangoja babangu aninunulie baiskeli alinipromise nikiwa class 8. Then kuna mtoto ameitisha piano amepewa within 2 hours. The comments like the church kuna churches as because they got like that good piano, good one, so it must be like costly somehow. Kuna churches wameita hadi MCA kuchanga wanunue hiyo piano. So it sparked my conversation around parenting right now. Is it because times are changing? Things
No,
can go.
no, hiyo tusiekelee parenting. Hiyo ni kuwa tu na uwezo. Hiyo ni kuwa
Oh
tu na
wow.
uwezo. Yeah, okay, we can speak of a few things which I know. Even if you apply all of
Okay,
them.
so if you were a parent and you had
Yeah,
uwezo,
if you had uwezo, you would do. Okay, I'm against going behind the mom because that paints a different picture. But it's very easy ukiwa na uwezo. Yeah. So for me, I look at that whole conversation ukiwa it's just about uwezo. Sasa tuchukue akina Mkuru na Bi Mkuru na anaitwanga
Steph
tuwaweke kando juu hiyo yao tu
na
ni
Mkuru
uwezo.
Junior.
Tuweke kando hiyo. Now let's come back to comments.
So that's why I wanted to an example. Now Collins. Sasa tuseme for example. No, sorry. No, like comments. Because people are now comparing that with how they were raised kitambo and looking at it in a different kind of way. So kulikuwa na question, is it because mkurugenzi ako na mtoto mmoja, so ali decide me I can only afford one kid, so it's easier for her to get away with things.
But angekuwa na 3 kids, si piano you only need one piano. Kwani kila mtoto atakuwa na piano.
No, but sasa unajua the problem is having a lot of kids. Mimi nikikujia dad nataka piano, uninunulie. Huyu mwingine akuje, mimi nataka PS. Lazima utamnunulia. Because now you have to show equality.
I know, I still feel it has nothing to do with family. It's niyo
Okay, ni uwezo tu.
Ni uwezo tu. Because if you have money, the same way umenunua piano, it's the same way you'll buy that violin for the other one.
And if they're 5.
And the other one PS5. And the other one abnunuliwe
within
PS3.
2 hours.
Kwani wanakuja wote at the same time? Si hao watoto wamekuja. No.
No, unajua with children
what you're
kuna
saying
kwanga
is
na
that
competition. Akiona huyu yake amenunuliwa haraka, pia atataka yake ni.
You know where people who buy children cars as birthday to 18. Ni uwezo tu tuachane na maneno na sijui.
Pole basi.
Yes. For me, this is what I wanted to say. The reason why nasema ni and okay, this ties I don't know if I have to give this example. Kuna hii project tunafanya na tukiwa primary ya telescope ama nini yenye unaweka mirror at 45 then mirror at 45 ukiangalia hii chini inaenda. Watu wangapi walifanya hiyo? Wewe kwani ulisema? There is tukifanya
project.
Reflection, yeah.
Reflection.
Primary ni kitambo. Primary tukifanya project ya reflection na refraction. Refraction unanunua ruler. And then mnaingisha kwa maji hivi mnaona imebend.
Yes,
Sio ni refraction.
Yes,
Reflection wanatuambia you can have light travels in a straight line. Yeah. So if you have a straight thing, you can see the other person. But because of reflection, this pipe can be bent, but you can still see. So you just put a mirror at 45 hapa and a mirror at 45 hapa. So my point was
iya refraction naye nakumbuka.
Mirror ilikuwa 25, ile ndogo ya niko na comp ndio uharibu comp to hiyo mirror hapo. Unajua vile ilikuwa mkutano kwa hiyo nyumba kununuliwa comp mbili nitoa hizo mirror mbili. I even had to cry. So of course it connects to the first story where we talked about mirrors.
So you couldn't afford a mirror.
No way. We bought it either way, but and my classmates can testify. My staff was the best actually. But connecting to the second one, ni uwezo. Like for me to get 2 mirrors at 25 shillings each, ilikuwa ni mkutano. I even had to bring mwalimu.
Why do you
namba
have to
ya
get
mwalimu?
Why do you have to get 2? Tuwezi pata moja na ukate katikati.
And try explaining to them that refraction for them to understand. So it is, for me, I think sometimes when you need something from your parents, it's not about even the parenting. It's about, are they able to get it? Another thing I would also say is, which now these are other things that maybe in the case of Kuru, is that the way the lady approached the father, yeah, tunaweza, you see, tunaonaje. That's I don't want to call it manipulating, like it's like we are in this together, you see.
Yeah.
So those are, I think, negotiation skills.
Mm.
But you see, even if you have very good negotiation skill and your
Na
parents
hakuna
don't have
uwezo.
money,
Yeah.
that's why I still say it goes back
It's
to
going back to
uwezo.
uwezo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then moms, African African moms, hata we alijua tu anaweza nunua piano, lakini lazima tu angekataa kwanza.
So yeah, apply the Africanism.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think kuwa tu na uwezo. Ukiwa na uwezo hata ukiwa na watoto 20.
Okay.
Watu sawa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's now go to more serious things.
Why more serious things?
Because I feel like we need to get to serious conversations.
So we are going to university for free.
We are.
Apparently.
Everyone.
But I think it's still going to parliament or something. It's
Everyone is
very convenient. Yeah, the president said now the government will.
Alisema within 6 months. if alisema anything.
Please, okay, story ni yako kama ni yangu.
Sorry.
Yeah, so but when I was talking to people about it, many people were not even looking at it from the fact that, hey, we have now
like
university.
Every person.
Yeah, provided you perform. Like the government has just gone back
and
360
to government universities or any university.
I don't know how help works, but helps is squeezed even private universities.
Provided you have been placed into a university.
Actually, that's the thing. Yeah. So whatever you're going to learn, I think that's just a matter of choice. But provided you have been placed,
100%.
100%.
Like not alone.
No, see, of course it's a loan. It has to be a loan. But even previously it was a loan, but you still had to top up. And then now when the new government came in place, hata wakasema, now you pay based on your income.
So the difference right now, it's like hell, but not like full.
Full, yes, it's full. So for example, people did not go to medicine and opted to do other art courses. Because
awangejaza hiyo ya juu.
Yes.
Okay.
So Elbo will tell you we are giving you 50k. But you go to JKUAT what 95 for pharmacy. So you're like, okay.
You have to add.
Yes. If you can't add hiyo ya juu, you have to top. I remember mimi nilikuwa naongeza like 15k. Right? So help inanipea hiyo and then natoa nachukua 15k and then yes. Some people ilikuwa inatosha mpaka wanabaki nayo. Yeah, some courses are very cheap. So help could give you like maybe 25k and then unapata course yako you only need to pay 20, unabaki hata na 5 unatoa. Yeah. The people used to stay very good life at the university.
Okay.
Yeah. So this time round
it's fully paid.
But now the reason why this was interesting is because while I was talking to people about it, it's like what hawakukuwa naona hiyo part ya school. People were just talking about if learning still is relevant.
Yeah.
So I would love to hear your opinion whether really going to school has become that much irrelevant that people even no longer care. Like it
I don't think if that is the case. I'm just seeing the loan increased. Because even this 15k, for example, nye LBP napea watu, kuna watu wajalipa hadi saizi. Because they don't want to, because they find it difficult kulipa. Because it's 15,000 every semester.
There is an entire clause in that proposal. Enhanced recovery mechanism. So I chukua tu.
So I'm looking at it from, it's just like ile loan ulikuwa napewa sasa because sasa you're going to pay more with as much as you're going to do. So maybe people are looking at it from that. Why should I celebrate kama this is like a loan that imeongezeka? Then we are not even sure if that it's true, because
alitangaza it is public. Yeah. So the only thing I know is that the parliament, let's just give them benefit of doubt. Sometimes tukienda hiyo direction tutakasirika hapa wote. So let's just give them benefit of doubt that iko parliament is being discussed.
Okay.
But I'm really serious about this. Like, for me, it was an eye-opener that funny people have just given up hope in education like kabisa. Because they were saying, even if I get that paper, what's next?
Yeah, that too, because people are also looking at the kind of, sorry to say, but there have been a lot of conversation on how public universities are run right now. There was a lady that went online entirely criticizing the university alisomea, that right now hata akipewa kazi haezi fanya
Yet
because
alimaliza
yes,
mpaka
amemaliza,
graduate.
she's waiting to graduate, haezi fanya because ana hizo skills. Yet amemaliza 4 years, amesoma, amefanya project nini. So the university was not competent, so ana hizo skills. Also looking at the kind of processes right now you have to go through to get a job yenye umesomea. Look at how many people are doing what walisomea, like very few. That is also kind of discouraging, especially young people, because sisi young people ndo wanaenda shule. So because it's a loan that you're going to pay, and then you're looking at the end result of that loan, is it going to benefit you really? You might go to a university that is not even offering quality education, utatoka huko with like nothing, and then you're not sure if you're going to get a job, and still you have to pay a loan that is like in a huge amount. Kwa sasa kama the help is paying fully, it means the amount imeongezeka ile unaenda kulipa. And help inafaa kukusaidia so that ukitoka when you get employed now you are paying from that. But sasa hiyo employment pia sasa hakuna. So it's like just like something added.
So someone was also saying that if with all the barriers that we have to education, meaning only top 10-20% are able to access it to the completion, juu watu wengi huingia na wana drop out.
Yes.
Kama hao wadogo wenye wamepenya ndio hawawezi pata kazi wote. So if you pay for everyone and now they are able
all
to finish
of them. Actually, that is also a question. So it means the number of people that are going to go to school are now
wengi.
Na kidogo wenye tumeenda shule ndio hatuna kazi. Sasa tukienda sisi wote.
So that was also something.
So I'll just say it's a good initiative, but
it's not helping.
It's not a priority. It's not going to help anyhow. Because a lot of people are going to go to school. Yes, they're going to live with the debt that they cannot pay because they're not going to get employment.
So usiende university lakini
umalize kama una deni na unamaliza na deni bila kazi.
And they start auctioning your stuff.
Yeah, and
so that was so one angle.
I saw it na sikuwa naona watu wakiongelelea.
So one angle was that whether the papers are relevant. The second angle was that even if we get the papers, we are going to be so many with the papers that sasa hata itakuwa like nothing. University itakuwa ni kama form 4. And then the third one that also came up was TVETs. Currently, they're doing so well. It's like people have decided to go back to plumbing.
That is what I'm saying. Universities right now
are becoming
I don't
irrelevant.
know if it's okay, allegedly. Let me say allegedly. Especially public university, allegedly they're not offering the quality in whatever they're offering. So unaona TVET unajua ni handful kind
unaweza toka hapo uende mjengo.
Handful skills. So kama I don't know how to say, but let me just say that like so handful skills. So people waende.
So let me say it. We have our guy here behind the camera. You go to a university will teach you how these lenses work, how they are manufactured, who came up with them, in which country came up with them. And then ukitoka ukiambiwa upige picha, hatujui how to take the picture. But you go to these colleges that we have and the TVETs that we have, wako na hizo hata kama they are old cameras, but they tell you
don't even
here
sit
is
in
the
class
shutter
for
speed, this is yes.
Time. I wanted to say I had to change schools because of that, because what I was doing, I wasn't getting in that school. I wasn't getting like handful kind of skills. I was like sitting in class and like theory, but the nini I was doing had an aspect of being handful. You know what I'm talking about? So I had to change schools because of that. So most universities, and it's been, I'm saying allegedly, it's been like a question of integrity, because a lot of people are complaining about that. You sit in class for 4 years, but ukitoka hapo, there is no like, hata wewe unajua tu nikipewa kazi na huyu mtu mwingine, I'd rather. So and also and because another option could be private university, but private universities are expensive.
But you know,
So uende tu
I better be
TVET.
conned with a public university, knowing that I've paid less. I don't know if this point will learn. Like, I get to a private university assuming that they'll give me the skill. And then sasa ikuwe that au pia wanafanya the same thing that public university. It's even
Yeah.
worse because now you're being played at an expensive cost. Because we can't assume that all
Yeah.
private
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, we
like
can't.
private hospitals.
Actually,
There was this notion that private hospitals are
Mm.
good, but are they really
Hey,
good? All of
that's
them. Don't
No,
say any
walai,
hospital
no, I'm not
here.
saying the name. I don't know. Was it like over the weekend? But like, I think either Monday, I went to an hospital, a private hospital. Nilipeleka mtu hospitali. Si mimi nilikuwa mgonjwa. But hii hospitali, the moment it is a private one, but I
Yeah.
noted that kama ulikuwa like critically sick, unaweza kufa ukiwa hapo. One, venye umeingia in the room unapelekwa, they have to call that doctor atoke penye yako akuje ndio akunini. So namba unafaa
So they have only one doctor.
no wako like madaktari wako but they are not
Siwawekwe kwa the right rooms.
I don't know. So I don't know if we went to the
Awe
wrong
madaktari hawako. So mwenye anatibu watu huko ndio pia anafanya watu consultation.
hapana. So kulikuwa na like a consultation like so ukiingia
Yeah, okay.
so ukiingia unaenda pahali
Reception. Aha.
hapo kwa reception kwanza tukupata mtu, the person had to be called, watchman alimuita after kukuja.
So daktari ndio receptionist. Wewe
nurse.
nikaa huko kwa umepanga hizi vitu.
Nurse. Mimi nakusho nurse.
Yes.
So huyu nurse alikuwa aitwe cause lazima uingie hapo kwa nurse useme unaenda wapi nini nakupe direction, unapimwa hizo vitu weight nini before. So tukafika tukakaa like 5 minutes before huo nurse akuje. Ukuja pimwa, sasa nakwambia unaenda the next place. Sasa penye unasema unataka nini ndio unalipa ngapi ndo for the next. So hapo pia tukapata
I feel like akisha kudirect ukitoka hivi anakimbia alafu ukifika huko mbele unapata
hapo
yeye kwa hiyo room.
tukaenda tukapata the two ladies walikuwa kwanza hapo. Akasema nini anataka kufanya nini, so the person was to be directed to the next room penye anafaa kuenda nini hiyo room. Hakuna huo mtu anafaa kuwa kwa hiyo room hayuko, so they have to call the person at kuja there is a nini, hiyo ni room 1. So akaenda nini. So sasa the next sasa room ya kuenda sasa cause ilikuwa stories za lab nini huo pia hakukuwa. Acha nimpigie. So I was wondering kwani
Hao watu there are very few, but you see I think
but
based
was a
on the
big private hospital.
according to how the layouts of the hospital, so you see even for you to get this certification,
Yes.
that is how that layout should be. So you can create the layout, the infrastructure that ukitoka hapa unafaa uende hapa, and they check for you to be qualified to be an hospital.
Yeah.
Where does your waste go in? But you can have the amenities and the infrastructure without the people or personnel, people working there. So if you have these all people and you don't have people to fill all of them, sasa huyu amepewa rooms mbili ana manage, anatoka huko akiwa huko anaitwa kuja huko, akitoka huko, that's what happens.
Okay.
So kama huyo nurse afaya kuwe receptionist, that should be a secretary that might be just doing administrative work.
So kulikuwa na hiyo
point. So yeye atafaya kupime.
Yeah. Okay. But that is what you are saying, like institutions saizi
I think we don't have like proper ways of measuring these things or even documenting them. And I don't know if our leaders always watch news, but in one of the European countries or in Britain, they gave a list every year. I think they do it every year, but sometimes in a career they give a list of obsolete cases. I mean courses, university courses that should be scrapped off there.
Yeah, mi nilikuwa naona there are now people hapo tu like online people that were doing that, like educating people.
And then the one
wanawaambia the courses that are not like relevant.
But you see
right
now,
but
if the government is still offering them,
yeah,
then they place people in those courses. It's still a problem. Yeah, but
Anyway.
but that was interesting thing in education and learning
Able,
around
like
that.
I feel like people should tell us what they think about that not free loaned university, increased loaned
Yeah.
university. Because me, I won't want to call it free walai. Kama unasema ni like help but sasa ni kama pesa
Free ni
imeongezwa.
kama ile ya primary. You never
Ile ya
pay
nani?
anyone. Yeah, Kibaki.
Ya Kibaki. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's
So
also
it's not
something
free.
that was interesting.
Okay.
Something that was interesting.
I'm really avoiding talking about Olkalau.
Yeah, we can talk about it, but not in the aspects of politics.
Aspect of what? It's only hapo kuna tu aspect.
No,
of
no,
what?
no, not only politics. I think it also goes back to integrity.
Okay.
Like being patriotic to your country. I think that's something that one of our episodes tuliongelea that siku hizi we are bringing people up who really don't feel like Kenya is. Umejua hata sisi vitu zinatuunganisha sahi ni vitu kama hizi Kenyans on internet ama Kenyans on Twitter or, but ile it's like we are just being united by a common enemy. But you're not being brought up. Siku hizi I'm sure hata watoto wetu ukipata tu sampling ya watoto 100 na kila mtoto akuambie colors za flag, very few watapata. I don't know, we need to do that experiment. Like
I have a kid
kama one of our MPs alieka nini vibaya kwa
don't even go there.
Sasa watoto
kama MP mzima jui venye nini nafaa kukua.
Yeah, so for me,
Okay,
I'm thinking
anajua.
we are getting to a level where people are starting to take their country very seriously. And for me, that was much interesting. And that one you can't say is politics. That's just pure integrity.
Me, I have other things that were interesting.
Like
the road that was built overnight.
You know, China built an hospital overnight. Ile time ya COVID. So it's possible. This time I realized it's even possible in Africa.
And that people were given like boats.
But they carried their poles and
went back. Not poles, like boats.
Yes, that one was there. But I'm talking about the electricity.
They went back with them. So why should you take something you've given someone though?
The Murima guy, he said that even Sha imefungwa huku saifanyi.
Wamefungiwa.
You know, now proving whether that's true or not. That's why I don't want to talk about it, because pia hatuna information.
No, like see, it's just me. This is my personal opinion. See, it's an open domain. See, huko hata NTV walifanya nini.
So majua ile ya poll tuliona online zimebebwa. So tujui kama hiyo gari ni ya gava ama ni ya nini. But ya Sha pia tuwezi jua juu sasa Sha haikupostiwa online na tuwezi post portal ya Sha.
But kulikuwa na question like kwa nini on people that were voting on Kalau hawakuona like vijana.
Yeah, crazy. Among the posts that
but
the interest is that, hey, you know what, our enemy was not in that ballot. if we had our enemy in that ballot, hata sisi wenye hatuko Kalau tungeenda ku protect votes za huko.
Yeah.
But you know that's also very interesting kind of thinking. I'm starting to look at it from the perspective that we may have a president, and this president will really have a hard time because, yes, Gen Z decided to give someone as this is our president. And then because for them, that's the only enemy they wanted, they don't care about the rest. So you get yourself as a president, you are MPs. Hatujui hao wametoka wapi. Because you know, you have, as a president, you can't run the country alone. You need MPs, you need strong governors, you need...
Si nini, I don't know, kuna hizi my MPs kuna by elections. Hao wanaweza nini tu. You know, the major party is having the right. The president can...
No, I think okay, Gen Z, this is an appeal. This is an appeal.
No, there's no appeal there.
That, guys, we already know where we are going to vote.
Yes.
But pia tufanya extra homework.
Hapana,
tujue hata governor ni nani.
No, we governor tunajua. Acha nikwambie the people, you know, from the top to the governor, those two people.
Uko sure wanajua governor?
Who do governor?
mwenye najua anaenda home. So
No, mwenye anaingia.
mwenye
Si
anaingia
tunaongea ni
namjua.
the person that people that are coming in, Edwin. So you know the president,
I know the president.
you know the governor. See, those are the most important.
Sasa
Sasa
gavana
unajua-
atafanya kazi na nani? Na MCAs which
Sasa unajua,
hatuwajui.
you know, for MCA now it has to go uko chini, like mi siwezi kuja kupigia MCA wa area yako, so hizi nini zingine ndo it for us a collective as a
My
country.
friend, this is going to be a country with only the head without the body.
So huku kwingine now it's like unaona,
Ama tunaongoja tu sasa the president that we know to tell us hapa wekeni huyu.
hapana. The reason why for MPs, for MCAs, it's for you and your area. Wewe unajua nani anafanya kazi area yako. Hiyo hatuwezi kukwambia huko online vote for this person. Unaona, so hapo you have to decide. But for these two people we already know.
But I also like the fact that Olkalau set a pace.
Yes.
Because within that same week there is an MCA woman who was shouted at akienda huko the northern part of the country, alienda na helicopter. I was like, we have MCAs that can afford helicopters from Nairobi to there and back. Yeah.
Nilikuwa najua kuna mtu anataka.
So alikuwa huko, alipata her share fare. And then I know we also have places that watu walifukuzwa. In Western walienda wakachukua pesa, then they got out recording videos that hii tano hii ni yetu tunakula, lakini yeah, whatever they say. Yeah, and then they also asked, speaker unatoa wapi pesa kama hii? Yeah, so there is questions there. I don't know which speaker they were talking about, but
kwani how many speakers?
Yeah, and how many are from Western? Yeah, so Olkalau at least in a set
Actually,
pace.
I didn't know there's a place called Olkalau until
Where Metho akikusikia ukisema hivyo.
akisika najua.
Metho akikusikia ukisema
last
hivyo.
week ndo nilijua. Sasa mimi nilikuwa nashanga people anasema Olkalau Olkalau. Huko ni wapi? But that was an interesting kind of turn up.
Yeah, so another thing that I want to bring up as I think you should also help me get one, is the pace at which technology is moving and the rate at which African young people are adopting technology. I feel there is something that is very off that is happening across the world, but sisi ni kama tumeachwa. It's like Usha is forgotten. We are not even part of those conversations. We just have a clique of people who are talking about those technologies, but we are not at the front line. So the first thing that I want to talk about is there was a time JKUAT had some satellite that was supposed to be taken to the space and all that, but that story actually only other media stations were covering. But I felt like this was the time even government came on board to support such. Time ya COVID kulikuwa na some people who came up with the ventilator from KU and no one was, your story just went like that. Currently we have the entire AI thing that is happening, and what from us? We are using ChatGPT like it is kuuliza maswali, yeah? Like Google. And I'm even looking at people who have started integrating some of these technologies within their schools, so meaning they're doing it as a government. Sisi, our president was told to do something about data centers in Kenya. Akasema, hatuna stima, so we can't do that. So I felt like we are being left behind again. If you follow the global the same way industrialization ilituacha.
Yeah, same way technology inaenda kutuacha.
Inaenda ishatuacha, because I doubt kama we can even keep up. Because if countries are talking of, we have very powerful models that they can't even release because government imekata that is so powerful. Yet sisi hata hatujui.
I don't know if I think as a country maybe and we of course we always blame the government or like investors. We position ourselves to be a receiving country. a receiving
watengeneze sisi
country, yeah,
tutumie.
wakuje tutumie or wakuje watest huku kwetu. So you're waiting for other countries to invest like the kind of technology, then now us will receive it. And it's because I remember there's like when I was in one of the lectures and the lecturer was saying that it's even surprising because you find that in some of those countries that come up with this technology, realize that the people that are in the forefront of developing them are, you might find a Kenyan there,
Very many are
yeah,
Africans.
very many Africans there, but wanaenda kuifanyia huko because there is no that opportunity huko. So I don't know, we've positioned ourselves to be a receiving country, and it's making it difficult for even young people to showcase the talent they have in innovation, because they'll innovate, because innovation also, we're looking at, if I innovate this thing, how am I going to get returns back, and it's the government going to support me, because I know of other,
and the government doesn't even have to support you directly,
yeah,
but
not
even just providing
those
like kama
opportunities.
your electricity,
Yeah.
sasa you're not going to build your own dam,
Yeah.
simply because you want to
So,
do something.
so I think
on
that
animal.
is the major reason. So other people, when they have the mind of coming up with those innovations, they rather look for someone outside to help them. So unapata most of the needs zinaenda zinatoka huko
Something
hivi
very
kama
interesting, because there is even a documentary yenye imetoka ya Kenyans that was very specific, not even Africans, Kenyans being used to train those
yeah,
specific
true.
AI
Yes,
models,
yes.
and ukiangalia their payments, their wages were very like, but if they can do it, why can't we do something locally
Yeah.
and government invest in that? The reason why I'm terming government here a lot is because some things you just like the satellite technology. You can't build your own rocket.
Yeah, yeah.
It needs the government.
Because
so-
also the government needs to allow, if there are things that I know we are like, there might be things we're struggling with. So if there are things that we have the idea and we are still struggling with it, it's the role of government to bring
Pick it up,
investment or
to
pick
bring
it up,
inve-
bring investment to it. An example, maybe I don't know how true this is. You are an history person, so maybe it might not be true. But for example, a country like Dubai, mostly they allow foreign investors come and like do investment in their country, and you see how that country is turning
doing
into a
well.
very big tourism country because of how it's developing. But for us as a country,
Many of their hotels are not even owned by
yeah,
people from
yeah,
Dubai.
so they've allowed people to come in,
Foreign
not
investment.
to give them loans, but to invest in their country, because if they invest there, all the like the returns, the revenue inabaki hapo kwa
Because
country.
you tax them,
Yeah, you
they
tax
also
them and stuff. But as Kenyans, as the government of Kenya, when we get someone that wants to know, how can you loan us this? Can you this? Can you this? Can we loan you this? Can you this?
But the
Blah, blah,
problem
blah.
is that when that money comes in currency, it's not being
It's
taken
not
care
being taken care of. So I think we should avoid getting loans and look at how do these people come to invest, because I feel like Kenya is a country that has a lot of, when you talk of land potential and a lot of things like that, that other investors could really, really, really like to come and stuff like that, so that the country can grow. But
Something that was really annoying me on this, and this is my last point on technology, is that I don't know why government likes gatekeeping. They always jump in front of stuff, not with the intention of supporting it, but with the intention that people who are benefiting from it, we need to eat from them.
yeah, yeah.
So already currently there is a board somewhere, and please, those who are hearing this, help me look for these people. Let me know about this board that is already coming up with ways to regulate AI. And I'm like, you can't regulate something that you have not even supported in the first place.
Yeah,
So currently, if you have any innovation around AI,
yeah,
already they have already started looking at. You see the way young people embraced online marketing, and then they started seeing how we're going to tax you through Facebook. Currently, you can't even pay for an ad without being taxed,
yeah.
because Facebook will
So
tell you
what
this
the
is your
government
amount.
just looks
This
at how do
how they
eat.
are benefiting.
And it's not even in technology, it goes down to even minerals that we have in the country. When a
Crazy.
mineral is discovered in a particular area, the government does not
Look at how we mine it better.
how we mine it better, or how this mineral will help the community at yenye imepatikana or the country. They look at how are we going to
Where are you
benefit-
selling it, and
where are we going
how
to
much
sell
tax
it?
are
How
you?
much are we going to tax it? I don't know why we are so much into
Talking of minerals,
taxing
some
it.
people died juicy ama when. I think it was over 5 people. Some gold mine collapsed.
Where?
I think it's last or this week. Not sure, but that was also painful.
Also, and have you ever been to an area that is gold is being mined?
Yeah, I've been to a few pockets of gold mines are in Bay.
Even where I come from, I went back to my roots, right? So they're
Anyway.
there are areas that they're mining gold, and you look at the people that are mining that gold. Poor.
Yeah.
Poor.
No, they are poor. That for the Nigerian. You know there is
They're poor.
there is levels of
They are poor, like
yeah.
poor, but they are mining this. So me, that is the problem. I don't know. Me, I just have a problem
Yeah,
with this government. They don't look. I don't know. Wameacha tu kufikiria in terms of development of a country. They're just thinking about themselves right now. Because I've looked at different opportunities we have as a
so
country
many,
to
yeah.
develop.
Because now I'm seeing US has striking that they don't want data centers in their country because they are noisy and they are all that. But I'm looking at our country. We have places that we don't even have
We
people.
don't even have people.
We can have
It's
those
just
things
bare
there. Yeah.
land.
You know, for them, it makes sense because they are all over.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Their
They
cities
have
are
a lot of them.
yes.
Yeah.
But for us, if you take a data center and take it somewhere where even no one
I think
knows,
right now God should just help us as a country.
so that's an opportunity that government should have. But anyway, enough with technology. Again, we are being left behind and we can't do it.
No, that was just generally on investment and opportunities for our country. And it's even saddening because when you look at the position where we are as a country, because it's like the other day we were talking on finances
Yeah.
and looking at how Kenya imekuwa positioned in terms of finances. It is not like anyway.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Someone will say we are one of the best countries in Africa.
And like so
Yeah, Africa wanataka tu. Anyway. Yeah, next as we wind up.
as we wind up, I don't know if we should talk about this, but
What?
CCTV za nani zilitokea that
Yeah,
were lost.
crazy. So this is one area that we need to avoid because
Yeah.
the case is still on. But yeah, for me it's just to watch.
personal opinion.
Personal opinion in an ongoing case unaweza itwa kama witness bila
Seme.
kujua no.
Yeah.
So for me I will just say let's follow that keenly. And the reason why I'm also avoiding it, I don't know if you have realized no one is talking about it
That is scaring me because I
Yeah.
feel like now people are following it. What people
Silently.
are waiting for is the
verdict.
Yes. To see, okay. CCTV ndo hiyo
So I'm not going to
imetoka.
talk about the case, but I want to talk about the process. Why are we taking it to December? That thing we should have finished within a
That
month or
case
two.
It's
The next hearing is in
let me tell I think
December.
it's a case that the people really need to tread careful with right now.
Oh,
I
they
feel
can't
so.
just go fast.
No.
No, but we want to know how many people.
You know,
And that case is
The
very
way you
easy.
want to know is the way people are waiting on it like this. Just say did not.
Anyway, I feel people are so quiet and there is a reason, so I want to be the one to
Yeah.
talk the first
But-
person. But again,
We were
I
just
say,
saying,
let's,
that
let's,
is one
yeah,
of the things that
if
happened.
anyone is hearing me and is involved in the thing also, this is one of those ones that needs to be very straight. Yeah,
Like it should
we-
be very straight. It will
because,
really. I feel like it might.
and not
us in
just
a bad
because
state
of
as a country.
the victims or the country. No, I wanted to say not just because of the victim or victims in this case because it affected so many people, but because of the country.
Yeah.
It needs
what
to
I'm
be
saying,
treated
because
so
of the
keenly
country.
so that in future kitu kama hiyo isiai. Let's
Because
use
of
it
the
as an
country.
example.
Yeah. And I hope
One that has concluded that we can talk about is let's use that as an example. Kama hiyo ya Obado.
that is where I was going next. Acha tuende huko. Okay, but for this one
Hiyo
for,
si
for,
ishaisha.
no, but lakini tunaongelea that is the last thing we're talking about and then we need.
Yeah.
But for the case of Albert Ojwang, I'm just saying I hope it the fair justice given served. Because even when you look at the back of the voices that are there when Ojwang was still alive and stuff like that, there's even an audio that he was assured that you're going to be asking, nitakuwa safe huku ndani. He's asking a friend. Anyway, here Obado. Actually, I didn't even know much about that case. Nilikuwa nimeisikizanga tu kitambo because ilo kitambo.
Yeah.
Kitambo 8 years ago.
8 years ago, and the court gave some explanation to why it took so long.
Why?
One of which was interference with court proceedings during COVID, which took some time. Then there was backlog, and then because Obado being the governor,
So
interference pia ni mingi.
Okay.
Yeah, so sometimes judge wants something. I think
But it was a sad case. A sad. Either way.
Now someone was looking at it generally. You know, some of these things we don't need to look at what happened. We just need to look at what we are learning from what happened. Mm-hmm. So someone was just saying, Obado, ungeandika tu barua mzuri upe mama. Waambie mama I'm introducing a new family member. Sai nyinyi wote mngekuwa home na kula omena mlikuwa. Yeah, kwani what is the worst that could have happened? At times when you've already messed up. Ama, if the mama did something, then it was the mama to be in prison, not Obado.
Let me tell you. In marriage.
No, msiekele marriage.
No, it's like, not like in marriage. You know, you're saying sometimes, you're thinking it was going to be easy to convince this wife that there is another person. You are thinking is going to be easy.
So this is the easier way.
That was the difficult.
So killing someone.
No,
then that one I would say, we need to be careful who we marry. Because if you are fearing someone to an extent that you better kill another person for this one not to... wait.
I'm not saying killing was like the better outcome. I'm just telling you that do not assume that selling this other person, that there's another person, was an easier option.
Sijakataa, June. What I'm asking is, how difficult could it be that now you choose to kill the other person? Because you know you have to weigh. Sindio, umesema is difficult, yes. It had to be very difficult that this other option was the easier one. So I'm just imagining, kama unamuogopa to an extent that you better kill someone than umwambie. Ni kama zile zenye unasema, hii ngori naye mama yangu hawezi jua, hata heri nikufe nayo lakini mama sijue. It means this woman is also a very serious
Me,
woman.
I'm just telling you. I've said what I've told you.
Ay, hapana. We, angeandika tu barua ingine safi, kama hezi ongea.
But I still feel
alafu akishatuma hiyo barua aende apote. For 1 month, akichungulie kama watu wako sawa. Because some drama are better than killing.
It was like these people were just acting.
So it's like aliwambia, go handle it, but they never specified. Leave the word handle.
They did not just kill this girl. They even made sure the child that was inside this girl was dead. So they had to even need the inside. So because they were like, anyway, me.
Angeandika tu barua moja safi. Mi nakwambia, yo kesi. Mpaka mtu aliandika draft ya hiyo barua kaka online. Dear family, I would want to introduce a new member of this family.
No, listen. Do you think this woman didn't know that Sharon existed?
No, there is always some cue. So I think hata alikuwa
shajua. He knew. Because there was a point walikuwa nasema Sharon alitumia hadi mtoto wa Obado nini picture na nini. But anyway, me I don't know.
I still feel there would be better ways to handle.
There are definitely better ways.
Any time you feel like your solution is ending at killing or bringing someone down, then maybe it's not the right thing to do. Whatever it is, your solution should end up not hurting other people. Yeah. If there is a way to walk out, if there is a way to without killing. Killing I think is extreme.
Anyway, guilty as charged.
Yeah. Next time wacha tuandike barua guys. Yeah. I loved that letter. It was well written.
Iliandikwa huu alikuwa wapi 8 years ago? Sangemwandikia.
Angemwandikia mtumie draft.
Labda bibi angekubali.
Aliandika hiyo barua fine.
I'm sorry to introduce another name. I did not plan, but things happened. I request that you just accept.
But I don't know which radio station was this, that someone was also asking, what is the worst that would have happened? Angesema tu sasa ona. And sasa yeye hatuna shida na yeye anaenda prison, yeye anaweza enda. But the children, the family, the nini, kuna tu a lot of, and then hao watoto mali wanaenda kusoma, si hao watoto wengine pia wana watch news.
Going to affect. I don't know if are they like watoto wake nuku.
Alikuwa na wengine wadogo pia.
Kuna wadogo.
Baada alikuwa na wengine pia.
Noma. Anyway, yote 9:10.
Yeah, so those are a few latest things that was of interest.
Our attention this week. Actually, this episode and the first episode and this episode is just to show you guys that the Urban Online Show is back, like we mentioned before. And I want to take this opportunity to apologize for taking too long to upload other videos. If you had started following the channel, following the conversation, it's your time to come back and continue following the conversation. I'm going to try and upload. We are going to try, the team that are listening right now, try and upload episodes every Monday as we used to do before. Inspiring conversation, bold conversation, intriguing conversations, opinionated conversations, learning conversations. Generally, every conversation that might interest young people, the community, and the country at large. As you continue listening and sharing the stories, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment what you feel about the episode, or what you feel the next conversation should be, or who you feel we should bring next that we can be able to bring in the next conversation, and make sure you share that another person gets to listen to this conversation. Until next time, my name is June, and this is the Urban Online Show.